It is a fairly familiar sight to see hundreds of people flocking down to their local rugby club on a Sunday morning. Even on a cold January day, you'll find plenty of players of all ages running around chasing a ball, with spectators lining up at the side of the pitch to support them. It is sometimes hard to see why concerns have been raised that rugby is struggling with its profile, considering how many people in the United Kingdom, and across the world, are so passionate about the sport. Perhaps most indicative of that are the financial issues rugby union has faced in the last few years. The demise of Worcester, Wasps and London Irish were all telling that the game is finding it hard to bring in revenue and attract new audiences. Despite that, things are moving in a positive direction. Netflix's new series Six Nations, Full Contact being something that rugby can be very optimistic about. Having seen the explosion in popularity that other documentaries like Drive to Survive have brought to Formula One, the exposure that this new 8-part series can provide is hugely encouraging. As England prop Ellis Genge said at the Six Nations Full Contact premiere last week, rugby needs all the help it can get. It needs stars, it needs idols, it needs everything. The series premieres globally on Netflix today and will give fans a behind-the-scenes look at the lives of some of the biggest stars in the game. The series starts by following Scotland's preparations at their warm-weather training camp in Spain, ahead of their 2023 Six Nations campaign. The focus is primarily on fly half Finn Russell, who introduces himself by likening his rugby prowess to that of Lionel Messi's footballing talent. Tongue firmly in cheek, of course. The Bath No-10's relationship with Scotland head coach Gregor Townsend is brought to the fore in the opening scene, with Russell stating, "Gregor's got his ideas and I've got my ones." But him the one on the pitch. He adds, "After the Six Nations last year, 2022, me and Gregor have not really spoken. I think it came from both of us both being frustrated by the way we're playing. Him having his way of coaching and what he thought was going to take us forward. And me having a different view. When Gregor called me to come back, I said, I need to be clear what you need me to do when I come back into camp. Am I there just to be holding a bag or for me and you to argue? Or am I coming back in to have an input in the squad?" Townsend had previously chosen to omit Russell from selection due to several off-field incidents. But despite a few hiccups, he explained their relationship as playmaker and head coach was stronger than ever. With Finn there are regrets, Townsend says during the first episode. Definitely regrets. There were 2 or 3 years where I had left him out a couple of games for something that happened off-field. At one stage one thought that'll be it all over. But sometimes that bit of disruption in a relationship can lead to a stronger relationship in the future. I've seen a big change in Finn. H has come back an improved player. I do believe H is at the stage to be the best 10 in the world. Russell also opened up more on how becoming a father has helped him mature as a player. He said, "My daughter Charlie, Shush, is almost 10 weeks old now. The minute I found out my partner was pregnant, it probably gave me what I needed to change my lifestyle." Inside the pressure cooker of preparing for a Six Nations campaign, their comments are an honest account of the relationships that coaches have with their players. Watching their exchanges, it was insightful to see the human side of those playing what is such a physically demanding sport. Russell's story is not the only one that is recounted in the series. In episode 2, A Hard Knock Life, the cameras follow Genge as he speaks out on his upbringing and how he has progressed to the top of the game. The England front rower opens up on how he has felt like an imposter as he recounts how he had a much different upbringing to many other stars in the game who went to private school. Rugby has helped me big time, he said. I'm not from your traditional upbringing in a rugby sense. When you feel like an imposter, you start questioning yourself. For me anyway, that was how it was.